I see the future of LAN being passive optical.
It's given us a way to further push fiber deeper into the network space, which is, really where in the end we know it's all going to end up. And the passive optical LAN architecture allows you to put that fiber deep into your network for future bandwidth and scalability.
A lot of folks wanted 1 gig to the desk. Now they have 10 gig to the desk. So with Tellabs being one of the only manufacturers that I know that has that, I think for us as an integrator, it's going to be an easy sell to the customer.
Being here 7 years, I've heard, when are we going to get higher bandwidth? And we're finally here, which is great news. Many have been looking for this for a very long time. Tellabs is always offering and developing new solutions, so it's really exciting.
In New York, what used to be the post office across the street is becoming a new train hall. We're deploying that 100% GPON. It's a passive deployment in there, and it's actually being run out of New York Penn. And we're going to be doing that same model in Baltimore, Philly, because they're renovating these properties to bring them up to modern times, and I guess out of the 50s. We've definitely seen 3 projects that would have been, let's say, $4 million reduced down to $1 million proposition.
After you have the technology, the benefit of optical LAN has really been the manageability of the solution. Right? I have it deployed and it's just easier to use. I don't have to have 6 technicians or 12 technicians. I can have just a handful because it's much easier to provision.
And anytime we can help an IT manager do that in a way that saves them power, saves them HVAC, saves them space, that's one of the chief benefits of the optical LAN technology or PON technologies.
The model was just perfect. It was a relatively small footprint when it came to the elements that needed to be managed, which basically would be the optical line terminal. Everything else was a field replaceable unit. So it just screamed to replace switches in closets.
And then more recently hearing about the security benefits of passive optical LAN, that I don't have thousands of devices to have to secure. I can just secure fewer front doors into the network. It used to be all about the business case. It's still really important, but it's more about the operational benefit and the security benefit of a software-defined platform.
Growth is definitely going to start coming from the Fortune 500 companies. These large companies are looking at us because the product's very simple to use, saves them money, saves them operational costs, saves them resources. And I see that's where our top line growth is going to come from in the next few years.
It's really been about the increase in bandwidth to the user, to the edge, and giving them, again, that secure, robust assurance. So these large enterprises, whether it's within the federal government or the Fortune 500, are really taking advantage of the feature set that optical LAN brings them. And we've seen that market share really start to grow.
Tellabs has always been thinking bigger. We can do enterprise level customers, government customers, large campuses, military applications, those kind of things.